We hosted our annual fall brawl 2 weeks ago, where we wrestled against Chadron State and Texas Women's University. It was a great way to open up our season, winning all 10 matches against Chadron State, and then winning 7 of the 10 against Texas Women. Some really great matchups. And it was fun to see some, if you will, newer programs, right? Texas Women's in their first year, Chadron's in their first, I'll say year and a half, really their second year, because they've had a smaller team last year. But it was a great way to kick off our season, get some matches for Jennesis, who redshirted last year, incoming freshman Hailey, Chapman, really get them their feet wet and immersed in Colorado Mesa women's wrestling. And then the next day we had our Maverick Open, won 7 out of the 10 weight classes. I think of the total 17 girls placed in the top 6. So we had a fantastic day, fantastic showing of what Maverick wrestling is about.
Jen, it's going to kind of be the same question for both of you, but kind of in different ways. Jen, for you, getting back on the mat, we talked before about getting back on the mat, and after really a year and a half worth of injuries, what was kind of your emotions, and how did you think you did?
Well, going into the weekend, I was honestly pretty nervous. I think just because I hadn't competed in so long. But for the duel, I kind of just went out there and got after it right away, kind of to get my nerves down. But over the weekend, I think I did pretty well. I think I was a little bit rusty, but I think I kind of saw some things that I need to improve on and some things that I was doing well, and I think the weekend overall went pretty well for me.
And then, Hailey, for you, your first collegiate matches at home. Doesn't really happen very often that you get to wrestle at home here. But how do you think you did? Talk about your emotions that you had just stepping out on the mat for the first time.
I think I was pretty excited just to be out and wrestling. And then, let's see, this is terrible. I thought I had something to prove. Obviously coming in as a freshman and getting out there and showing the girls what's up. So, yeah.
And Coach, looking ahead, to this weekend, you have the Missouri Valley Open. You look on Flow, and the first thing that pops up for women's wrestling, the biggest and arguably the toughest collegiate women's tournament in the country. Just talk about what your expectations are and what you expect to see out there.
Definitely. Missouri Valley Open's always a very challenging tournament, usually one of the largest tournaments for women's wrestling, collegiately, NAI, junior college, D2. For like our men's wrestling fans, it's very similar to I would say the toughness, right? The depth as the Midwest Classic for men's D2, right? So very similar depth. You're going to have top NCAA teams, top NAIA teams, top junior college teams, all there scrapping and fighting it out for a top spot for the weekend. My expectations are always the same, right? We talk a lot about in our program that it's not about winning and losing. It's about going out and performing, right? Something that we've really been talking about a lot is going out and having fun, right? We get an opportunity to do something that we enjoy, and we get to go fight right now, right? It's something that no other sport really gets to do. We get to go fight the other team, and so that's really exciting, and I think we had a great practice. The great week and a half of practices today was great. The energy was fantastic. So really, again, my expectations are we're going to go out and perform. We're going to have a good time. We're going to support each other, right? We're going to have good attitude. We're going to have good effort, and if we do all those things and we put together some great matches, we'll find ourselves out on the top of the podium at the end of the weekend.
Different than what you were expecting, or how different is it from high school or any other events you've wrestled in?
Honestly, I think it was the same. Having the same attitude about every match and going out there and trying your best and doing your best is what pushed me a lot. I think no match is special, but every match is important, like we learned with Mindset Mike. So that's, yep.
See, kind of getting back at it, and hey, I made it through. I feel good, and then kind of your expectations going forward, because you know where you can be at the end of the year.
Yeah, I think I still have a lot more room to grow. I think the first tournament was kind of just me getting back into it, but I'm really excited to see how the rest of the season goes. I'm really excited for every match and every competition. I think for now it's just take it one match at a time, and that's kind of my game plan for now.
See, the depth obviously on this team is insane. When you have, I don't know how many weight classes you had, both of your kids in the finals, and you know, you wrestled some, you didn't wrestle some, that knowing that you've got somebody in every weight class now from, you know, 3 years ago where it's like, well, we're not gonna field that one and that one, and so many teams have to go through that. Obviously gives you all kinds of confidence going into these big meets.
Yeah, I mean, having a team that where we have some depth in each weight class, I think definitely gives us some confidence, or at least me, for some confidence in, you know, where we're at as a program, right? And I think having the depth that we have, right? We have 2 girls that were ranked preseason at 101 pounds, right? 191, we have 2 girls ranked, right? You have Marissa Gallegos, number 1, right? You have all these girls that are returners ranked. And then we have some solid freshmen, Hailey, Chapman coming in undefeated on the weekend, 2 pins on Friday night, right? And you see that up and down, and hopefully that's confidence on their end because, right, you're wrestling with one of the best girls at 101 pounds daily. You're wrestling with one of the best girls at 136, 130, right? So all of a sudden when we have that competition in the room, you start going out and competing, and you're like, things are hard, but it's a little bit tougher in my wrestling room, right? My training partners are a little bit tougher, right? Doesn't mean we're not going to run into adversity. Doesn't mean we're going to not run into a challenge and bad calls and someone who's maybe better. But what I think really comes down to it is that confidence that we trained the way that we train, and then we get to do something fun, right? That idea of gratitude and being able to say, like, I get to go have fun today. I get to go and wrestle. No one has to be there, right? We all get that opportunity, and I think that someone like Jen, when, you know, taking a year off for the red shirt, I think that speaks volumes, right? She took that year off last year, and she understands that there's a lot more to that than just winning and losing wrestling matches. It's just going out there and performing, and if she goes out and performs, she's going to do a fantastic job.
All right, question of the week.
You guys already guessed it. Last scrum before Thanksgiving. So, what is your favorite Thanksgiving food?
Hailey, you gotta go first.
Okay. Mine is green beans. It's unpopular, but I really like green beans with some bacon in it. Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
My favorite's definitely green chili chicken enchiladas. It's a New Mexico thing.
My favorite Thanksgiving meal has to be mashed sweet potatoes.
Just plain, nothing else?
Oh, no, you got to put all the stuff on it. Syrup, pecans, all of it. Marshmallows, everything. All the toppings.